let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Red 23.
Here's ETN to begin the drive. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Tackle made by Jair Brown. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Hey. Go, let's go. Silver.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to it. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
On 4th down, it's Logan Cook on for the Jaguars to punt it away. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Takes it in at the 21. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the 49ers will go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go, shot.
On the ground, this is Isaac Arindo. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Here we go.
Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
First and 10 from the 41.
Panther 60. Shut up. Go.
On the give, it's Garindo. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here's Garindo again. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Tyson Campbell, the man on that tackle. Moving in the right direction. 5 yards there, but still got a 3rd and 9 coming up.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9.
Buffalo 18. Check go.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. His first throw is an interception. Foye Oluokun with the pick. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
Here's ETN on first down. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Brought down by Fred Warner. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
On second down, it's ETN. And this time, they won't surrender anything. They wrap him up at the line. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
So now here's 3rd and 5.
13, Luke.
They go right back to ETN. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. Ask that running back to come up with more than he's used to on 3rd down. He made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly. He sure made that one look routine.
First down, and they go right back to it. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. ETN again. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. They get 6 and a first down as well.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10.
Red on red.
Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. We've finished one quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to Levi Stadium right after this. Back for the 2nd quarter. It's Jaguar football. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. Now a give. It's ETN headed left. And that's good for a gain of 5. Leonard Floyd bringing that play to a close. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. They send a man in motion. They're going to try with ETN. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
4th down, pressure on him. He was not backing down for a second. Nice effort to carry the rock. More importantly for his offense to get a first down.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
Red 23.
Now we give left side to Bigsby. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Again, it's Bigsby. And he's brought down real close close to that goal line at the 1. It's a gain of 1 big yard, Bronk, because that sets him up with 1st and goal.
Hey, I know the temptation is there. If I'm thinking it in the booth, I know that play caller is too. That could have been a chance to be aggressive. Not the case. Go get the 1st down like they did, and a new set of downs to work with.
QB sneak coming. And he's in for the touchdown. The Jaguars parlay the interception into points. Trevor Lawrence with the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. Little able to connect on the point after. And they add one on to their 1st touchdown of the contest. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying an inside give to Garindo. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go. They'll go right back to Garindo. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5. Purdy gets this from the pistol. He's on the move. Brought in along the sideline, just need an official ruling, and they say catch. Great play. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
On 1st and 10, it's McCaffrey. Runs inside the 35. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Stopped that time by Antonio Johnson. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. The 49ers at a deficit. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Let's go. Hey, check that.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion.
Go.
Trying it left side with Garindo. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Jaguars with an extra defensive back out there, 3rd down. give to Garindo, running left. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. A 3-yard gain leaves him just a little short. A decision to make now on 4th down.
Moody for the 49ers field goal. A 32-yard attempt.
Moody knocks it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you're looking for on the call sheet.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion!
Here's ETN to begin the drive. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Nick Bosa makes the stop. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Hey, we're on. Here we go.
They'll try it left with ETN. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? They did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Lawrence to throw it. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Punt meets him at the 28. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And it's going to be their football coming up. The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Shotgun handoff to Garindo. And he gets his offense forward to the 44-yard line. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Play action now with Purdy. That's complete to Kittle on the sideline. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
1st down throw by Purdy. Kittle brings it in. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Has this at the 6. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Garindo. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Second and 8. This is wheeled in by Juwan Jennings. And he's out of bounds off at his own 45. Give him 13 on that play. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down. Putting a receiver in motion. They'll start the 2nd half with McCaffrey. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Josh Hines Allen, that time to haul him down. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. Purdy to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Offense in the hurry up here. On the give, it's Garindo. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
You're in the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
They're set up at the 35 now. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Garindo running between the tackles. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Oh, putting him in. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers take the lead right away in half number 2. Isaac Garindo with the touchdown. Jake Moody on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers push their lead to 3. about to kick it away. Here's Moody. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll give this up the middle to Etienne. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Ready up.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Red on red. Here we go.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Able to find Strange here. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Lawrence working from the gun. He connects with the rookie from LSU. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
On red.
Here's Etienne on 1st down. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line.
Even though that run did not net them a 1st down, I can promise you this, kid. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches.
These are 24. Check smash. Check smash. 11.
From the 47. Connection made. Travis Etienne. And they're going to bring him down at the 36.
Let's go.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Great job.
From the gun, Etienne gets it. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. The Jaguars are going to call their 1st time out. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Red 23.
Throw reeled in by Thomas. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Jaguars football. They trail, but it's still within reach.
Ready.
3rd down, 1 yard to go.
Hey, easy. Route.
Man in motion here.
Here we go.
A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Working quickly here.
Easy.
4-yard line. It's a gain of 3. 1st down, Jacksonville.
Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And he gets this forward to the 19. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. The offenses love execution plays like that on first down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for second down.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Hey, hey, hey. Think right open, open.
They go right back to ETN. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
All I could tell him there was good luck. You get a safety all over a run like that, they could just smell it like a shark with blood in the water. And you feel fortunate if you're even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6.
Hey, Lion, Lion.
Looking to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game.
After I'd imagined dozens of kicks into that net on the sideline staying warm, Kate, he finally gets his chance to knock a field goal through the uprights. And, of course, he wasn't going to whiff on that opportunity.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now a give to Garindo. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a 49er 1st down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Here we go, set. Scoring 17.
Now it's Purdy. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
He'll try the right side with Garindo. He finds space into the red zone. And he will score. It's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers take a 4th quarter lead. Isaac Garindo with the touchdown. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front, receivers got to block on the perimeter, they all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, run.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Hey, go, go!
Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Same break. Let's go.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. The throw finds Evan Ingram. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Jaguars losing by 7. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
Red on red.
Now a carry by ETN. And he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Ready? On red.
ETN again. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Jaguars cut it to a point late in this one. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Returnable from the 1. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hey, smash.
Handoff headed right. It's Garindo. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. Setting up to pass. That throw finds Kittle. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Throwing now. That finds Ayuk, complete. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. Back to throw. Got used check, and it's complete. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Here he is to throw. He's got it to his running back. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. The 49ers will call their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. Jake Moody now in a high-pressure spot. This will be from 52 yards. It has enough leg, and it's good from deep. And that, folks, is your game winner.
That kick was a heck of a distance, but with the adrenaline that you know he had flowing through him in that moment, it helped give him all the drive he needed to send the game winner through.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Vision 24.
He'll look to throw it. That's Thomas. He's got it. And a solid gain gets them across the 45 before he goes out.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Cam Little now in a high-pressure spot. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. He didn't get enough into it. Oh, it just comes down shy of the crossbar. So the 49ers earn the win in this one. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the 49ers, as we'll see you next time from San